What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode, we need to make a couple subtle changes to our technical indicators and patterns that we were looking over and discussing yesterday. We're going to be covering XRP in today's video, Solana. We're going to look at Ethereum, which is exploding to the upside. We're also going to look at Bitcoin here, as well as VONG, which is the Russell 1000 and the S&P 500. Lots of interesting things to go over and discuss in today's episode. Until we breach previous high here, I do believe we're going to be on the lower low pattern for the stock market, but I'll talk and discuss that a little bit later on in today's episode here. I want to make a subtle change to the Bitcoin chart. I want to make a subtle change to the XRP chart. Ethereum, we're going to see if there's a new technical indicator forming here. And then we're going to see what we could do about Solana as well. So it's going to be interesting. Lots to go over, lots to discuss in today's episode. Yesterday, we made a video talking about I know what's next for XRP. And I think I do know what's next. And it's going to be to the upside. But I'll show you guys what I mean by that in a little bit here. I do believe we are going to see an uptick, a swing. So if you guys haven't already, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get right into today's episode. So starting off, 60 on the fear and greed index. Doesn't look half bad here. You can see we're starting to consolidate just a hair. Doesn't look terrible. But you can see we've been kind of on this uptick, kind of consolidating down on some of these other cryptocurrencies. But for the most part, we look good. I think we came out of a consolidative period after seeing we had an explosive market over the past couple of weeks. Then we corrected down a bunch, hit a more neutral level, and I think now we're going to start our ascent back to the upside here. Bitcoin up 5%, Ethereum up 20%, XRP 7, BNB 8, Solana 8. I mean, we look phenomenal. Doge 13. Jumping right into XRP, here's what we're going to have to do. First and foremost, subtle change. Just pulling it down a bit. I think it's going to look something like that. I really do think this is pretty accurate here. Definitely some sort of downtrend as well, like this. And then also a downtrend here. So some sort of support and resistance. You can see certainly forming some sort of descending fractal. We'll draw this in a different color. Let's do green. I think green would be slightly more useful. And you can see now that we are in a higher low, higher high pattern here. So originally, XRP had this beautiful bull flag, massive explosive up to the upside, lower high, lower low, bull flag formation to the downside here. Confirmed closure outside major resistance exploded to the upside. So similarly, history is repeating on a smaller scale for XRP. Look, another bull flag. Very obvious. This should have a bullish response to the markets here. We're in a higher low, higher high pattern. Each time we head up, it's higher than the last. And each time we fall, it's higher than the last. You can see beautiful flag pull up, lower high, lower low filling in this gap. We've come back down a moving average and uptrend here. So in my opinion, I think we're due for a break, a very explosive one nonetheless. This looks phenomenal. I wouldn't ask for a better, technical pattern here. This is textbook, straight out of the textbook for an easy, explosive rally to the upside, which is why I truly believe that I know what's next for the markets here. I do think I would be betting on a break to the upside. That's truly what I suspect to see take place. And it could happen as early as today's the 12th, maybe tomorrow latest. It could happen as early as today here. But once we confirm, at least on the 4-hour charts, closure above major resistance right here, I suspect us to explode to the upside, which would be phenomenal. When that does happen, we're taking advantage of it on BYDFI. Let's pull up. It won't let me click it. There we go. On BYDFI right here, you can see is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. #1 crypto exchange. I've been using them for almost half a decade now, which is insane. Almost 5 years, which is crazy. They've been around through the winters, the bear markets, the bull markets, and they're here to stay. They give constant promos and events that they're doing all the time. I don't know what the newest event is, but they are doing a new user reward up to 8,100. Lucky spins, assist to earn. They got mystery boxes, tons of different opportunities here and free crypto for you guys to take advantage of, which we can click. They also have a demo account. You can see up to $8,100. They need to update this. They need to add some more stuff here, but they have daily rewards, hot rewards, exclusive rewards. They have a demo account right here, which lets you trade around with 50K in demo money completely free. You can see here. So basically it's a simulator exchange, like a simulator stock market, but for crypto. Get familiar with the exchange, learn how the exchange works, Then when you're ready, you can head on over and use the live account here by clicking live trade and actually put your skills to the test. But always recommend starting off with the demo account because it's risk-free. It doesn't cost a dime, and you get to learn how the exchange works and functions. If you're going to make 10 really bad trades, you shouldn't be trading with real crypto. It's good to practice on a simulated exchange. Anywho, moving forward from XRP, even though we are so looking forward to a bullish breakout, Solana just finished one as well. You can see we had a beautiful uptrend, lower high, lower low pattern, confirmed closure above here, started to rally up. Now we're rebounding off support. I'm trying to find if there's any sort of new technical indicator forming here, like, a resistance or something. I'm not seeing it too much. Maybe that. I mean, it doesn't hurt to draw something like that. You can see kind of this uptrend that's taking place here. But again, similar to XRP, rebounding off moving average, Solana's doing it on the 4-hour too. Solana rebounding off support. Again, I likely think we're due for a reversal. We've been now in a higher low market here. I don't see why we wouldn't continue to scale to the upside. We're looking amazing on the 4-hour. 50 on the moving average here, 44 or 50 on the RSI is incredible. And that to me says, okay, plenty of room to swing to the upside. So I'm a very strong believer Solana and XRP are both due for some nice movement to the upside for the remainder of this week. Ethereum, little interesting. You can see, I almost think there's a new technical indicator trying to draw it. Super difficult. I don't know. This one's tough. I don't know. If you guys see it, let me know. It could be something like this. It's certainly a difficult one because we're in kind of uncharted territory. We just knew that after seeing the second wave of a bull flag here, bull flag, boom, or some sort of bullish ascending broadening wedge broke us out. Here was the second one, broke us out. So I think consolidation is going to take place. It must have been something like this, was that most recent one that just popped off. But I mean, it's kind of a little too late in my opinion to be taking advantage of Ethereum here. I think it already completed its massive run. The opportunity was a long time ago when we spoke about it. So I think trying to get in now seems a little bit extra. You kind of missed the mark in my opinion here, but pay attention to it. I mean, maybe you'll be able to get lucky and get in on it. Bitcoin looks good as well, but again, wanted to slightly tweak this. We're looking at the daily charts here. You can see the slight tweak makes sense. We are now up to retest price ceiling here. We look good. We need to confirm closure. We tried to do this yesterday. It didn't work. Beautiful ascending broadening wedge or bull flag, however you want to look at it. Flag pull up, lower high, lower low. This is bullish. If we can confirm closure above this resistance, which we have the room, little high, 58 on the RSI, but still room to head up. If we can close above here today and try to do what we couldn't accomplish yesterday, I very likely suspect that we could see a rally. That's the goal. That's what I'm paying attention to, and hopefully it comes true. We'll see. It's going to take a little bit of consolidation for us to see that break, but if we can confirm closure above here, then I do believe, we'll see Solana uptick. We'll see XRP uptick. Ethereum could obviously continue, but I think it's a bit overbought at this point. But Bitcoin can uptick, and the rest of the market will, flow to the upside here. So it's interesting. But here's where things get weird. Like Vanguard and the Russell 1000, the S&P 500 are a bit more difficult. What I mean by that is you can see for Vong, like we are still in a higher low pattern. Each time we fall, it's still higher than the last time. So we could rally up again. No one's going to deny that. But we need to see how we react with the ceiling. You can see we're having some trouble right now. And if that's the case and we reject, then we will start to descend lower and we'll start to head downwards, which is what I think is needed as we are pretty much nearing overbought again. And coming down to this moving average, however long that might take, would, in my opinion, be healthy and could cause us to head up even higher, not just Vong, but for the S&P too. So we'll see, because the same exact pattern on Vong is happening in the S&P, and I think we need to consolidate. I really do. I think we were a bit too still overbought. I think we need to come down like I predicted here. But we'll see. Otherwise, that's going to be it for today's video. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.